lovely Frou-frou studio, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do another episode of I Saw It on Pinterest, and I believe that we are on week 27. I do not have a printout of the what I'm going to do today, the original, because my printer, once again, is not working. I'm about ready to throw it out the window. So I am going to post a picture at the end of the video so you can see what my reference was in creating this. I guess we're going to call it, it could be a topper, it could be a journal card, although it's going to be kind of dimensional, so it's probably better used on a cover of, you know, any kind of journal, really, than it is on the inside. So today I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name, but it's from January 2014. Anna K, I think is what she goes by, but this is where it links to on Pinterest. And I'll hold that up for a second so you can see it. Paprachalinka, maybe? Yeah, I'm not even going to try. But that is where the original picture comes from, the original project. So let's get started. And the first thing that I did a little bit of prep work just so the video wouldn't be forever long. The first thing I did is I took about 3 book pages and I glued them together, and then I put this muslin on top of it. I didn't worry about it covering the whole book page, and I do not care that the book page is shining through or showing through, because I think that's just going to add to the project. So the first thing I'm going to do is ink this. I didn't want to ink it until you see how I prepared it. And this is just a book that I used the cover for, and the pages aren't that great. It wasn't that old of a book. It's, the book is not good content. I think it's like a history book about the Navy or something like that. But not that the Navy's not great, but you know what I mean, for journals. Of course, my husband, who's retired Army, would probably say the Navy's not great, wouldn't he? And I'm just going to I'm going to rink around the edges. I'm going to ink around the edges here. This is going to have kind of a grungy vintage look, of course. Okay, so that is my first step. There's lots of layers to this one, but I think it turns out being like a really cute page. So the next thing that I did was went through and gathered similar pieces to what she had. This is a kind of a sewing piece. So I've got several pieces of lace and crochet. I've got some pattern paper. I've got a button card that I already sewed some buttons on. I've got this pretty vintage picture that is from TaylorMade Journals, the vintage photos. The one I've been using in projects lately. I don't know why I'm stuck on those. Hers had a calendar, like those calendars that are old style, where you flip it every day and there's a date. And I didn't have one of those, so I kind of created my own. this is a Tim Holtz stamp that's actually a playing card. And then I took one of the German books that I have has months and days of the week in it. And I just took July from that. And so that's what I'm going to use for my calendar day. And I sprayed it with coffee and, you know, made it look nice and grungy. So that's going to go there. Oh, and I have a piece of pattern paper, the instruction part of it, and we're going to use part of that. Let me rip this top off here. And like I said, I'm trying to do this with no pictures, so I'm hoping I'm getting it like we need it to be. And I won't need all of that either, but until I get everything laid out, I'm not going to tear it off. Okay, so the button card is going to go here. And then we have the date. It's going to go here. Something like that. And then I have some German text in case we need to fill in somewhere. This is out of that same German book, and it's really brittle, so I have to be really careful with it. So we may not need that. And then this is, she had the definition of like at the bottom of hers, and I'm going more literal, I guess, with my little collage we're creating. And so I tore out the definition of so, and that's going to go down here at the bottom. And then she had two little tickets that were tucked up under here. Or no, they were tucked up under here, I think. And I may not be getting this exactly right, guys. So you may look at that picture when we're done and say, well, that doesn't look anything like what she did. But we don't want it to look exactly like, right? Okay. And then she had over here on her, she had a paintbrush. And I thought that was kind of strange that she was doing the buttons and all that, and she had a paintbrush. Although, I guess maybe she was doing, you know, this particular, her picture, that particular person's hobbies, and maybe they were a painter as well as could sew, because we know, you know, in Victorian times, the women were required to do quite a few different things, so that may be the case. But I'm going to put these little, if I can get this little tag through here without struggling, I'm going to put these little pair of scissors that look like old-timey scissors, and I'm hanging this tag on it because she had a tag hanging on her pencil, on her paintbrush. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And then I had a piece of card out here because I couldn't decide if that was going to be sturdy enough, but I think it's going to be okay, so I'm not going to use that. And then we're going to put some of this, I believe she had it down in this corner. Somewhere down there. And then the only thing left now is putting our little sewing things in. And I can't remember, I want to say that this went up here. something like that. And then this will go down here. Kind of like that. And then she had a piece down here. And I actually have two pieces because I couldn't decide which one. And I think this one may be better. So kind of like that is what we're going for. And we'll just have to start gluing some stuff down so I can see exactly how to lay it out. But isn't that cute? That would be really cute for a Victorian journal. Oh, music. I need to put some music in there. For a Victorian journal, for a sewing journal. I mean, there's lots of possibilities for this particular layout. I'd like to get that name in there. Maybe we'll put this here and then put this down here somewhere. We'll have to see when we get to that. It seems like a lot of stuff to get stuck in there, but we'll get it all in there some way. I could put this up here. It almost, to me, needs something else up here. But anyway, let's see where we can go. We do know for sure that the first thing we want to do is put down the pattern paper. And I'm actually going to tear it off just to save it, so I'm not using it all. About right there, I think. Because I think by the time we get everything else in, that's going to be enough. Lots of parts and pieces to this one. Okay, so let's get that down. Sometimes I work better if I just start putting stuff down because it comes together a lot quicker for me. Be careful on this one. It is a vintage pattern, so I don't want to rip it. Okay. There's that, and I am using glue stick for that. I actually glued this fabric down to the book page with the Pritt stick, and it worked really well. I didn't know if it would, but I knew the muslin was not very thick, and so I didn't want to get bleed through, and it actually adhered it well. So I'm going to continue with the glue stick, and then I'll check it when everything's dry to make sure that it's stuck down like it should have. Okay, so then I think what we want to do is get our music down here. And you can see there's not going to be a whole lot of the muslin showing at all. I think her overall piece was bigger than what I'm doing. Oh, I don't want that piece. I want this piece. Or do I want a longer piece? I may want a piece. I may do this piece and have it go all the way across. I think I will do that. This is from a vintage Rotary Club songbook, which has some really interesting music in it. It's kind of weird, actually. But I like the color of the pages and the size of the music, because a lot of times the music is too big, in my opinion, for some pieces, the notes. And so I like the size of this one. So basically, once again, we're just building a collage. Which is my favorite, so I think that's why I lean toward picking collages every time we do one of these. I need to try to not do that, but I like it. Okay, and then let's put our pattern paper. No, I want to put, next I want to put this. Yep. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do Fabri-Tac because it's fabric on fabric, and I don't trust that glue stick's going to do fabric on fabric. It might, but I'd rather be safe. And I know that's thicker ticking fabric, so it's not going to bleed through. Put a little bit right here as well on this corner. Okay, now I'm going to crinkle this up and put it about right here. And I'm going to crinkle it up when I put it down as well. I've got a string stuck on my finger because I have glue everywhere. On my fingers, that is, and ink. I'm such a mess. Okay. So there's our sewing paper. All right, now let's put these main pieces back in and see where I need to be here. I'm kind of thinking that this piece was here under the picture and not under the card. Okay, and I know this piece was here. And I'm gonna stop it. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. Allergies. They've been terrible. Okay, I'm gonna put that. Excuse me. Let me get a drink here a minute. Okay, hopefully that'll be better now. So I'll run. Ooh, that's yucky. Okay. Okay, so the next piece to go down will be our button card. So we want it to go right under that word stitch right there. So let's put that down. Oh wait, don't we have a piece of do we want a piece of lace? I know one goes down here. And I know those tickets go down there too. Somewhere. Okay, so let's put the lace about right there. Uh-oh. The glue's bubbling up. We have volcano action going on. I'm just dabbing because it's going to be covered up, and so it's going to get several layers. On top of it, so I think it'll be all right. Okay, and then put our tickets down. Any place that I'm gluing onto fabric, I'm using the 3-in-1. Put a little dab right there. Hold that corner down. All right, now, button card. So we want it to go right above that line. Just make sure before I glue this down that we don't need anything else up there. I don't think we do. Oops. And I just sewed these buttons on ahead of time, and then I put a piece of Scotch tape on it. Even though it's going to be glued down, I didn't want the paper, the string, to pull through the paper. So I just put a piece of tape on it to tape it down. And this button card is actually a free digital that I found on the internet. Okay, so the next thing I believe is going to be our date. And I have to remember that I need to put my little, I've got two different ones. I've got this one. Or I've got this one. Let's see, this one's bigger. I can cut that off. I don't have to use all of that. But I may be able to manipulate it to look more like something. But I'm going to scoot that up because I want you to be able to see at least some of the 13. Now, do I want it there, or do I want it here? Let me try this other one. There. Or here. I actually think that I want this scooted up and this more here. But then that's going to leave me this that I'm going to have to do something with. I don't want to do that because it makes it uneven. I think I'm going to do that. All right, so my 13, get that glued down. I think I may back her so that I can raise her up a little bit. So I'm going to take this card that I thought I was going to use. I'm going to put her on this card and then cut her out and then use just a little foamy to lift her up just a little bit. I think she needs to be elevated just a tad. I'm just rounding those edges just ever so slightly. Okay. And I think I have some little bitty foamies that aren't very high. I'll put a couple of those on there. Oh, it's about to storm. It's been so humid here that we're getting a lot of like heat of the day kind of storms. Okay, bear with me while I take these off real quick. I'm not going to worry about putting any in the middle because that card that I put that on is really thick. It's like an index divider, so it's really thick. Oh, before I do that, I guess I better glue this down, huh? That'd probably be a good idea. I'm going to cut this little string off. We want it right on the edge. Maybe right over the edge. Okay, let's see if I can do this. It's kind of serving a dual purpose. One, it's getting my piece on there, but the other thing is it's covering up that other 13 down here where it was actually a playing card stamp. Okay, now let's put her on here. We want her about right there. Sorry if my stuff is in your way. Okay, so far so good. We still have this area, and I know she had something up there, and I cannot for the life of me right now think of what it was. We're gonna make do. Okay, we've got our sew, which will actually fit right there. So let's put that down. Ooh, that came out really quick. I just filled up my bottle. So it's definitely flowing well. I almost want to tear off that right there if I can do it without. There we go. Oh no, my finger has stuck to the, oh. Okay. It's not perfect, but you can still see that it says so. Oh, I do have my scissors to put on there. Maybe I'll put them right there. Maybe like that. And maybe with another little piece of lace or something underneath it. I feel like that string is too long. I think I'm going to make that shorter. Or do I want... Well, I can't put them the other way. They're only one-sided. Oops. It didn't want to be there, did it? It was telling me that that was the wrong side. Let's see if I can get a knot tied in it with my gluey fingers. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's decide how we want these. Do we want them like this? Or do we want them like this? No. I keep thinking too the point should always be pointing down thing. So they have to go like that or like that. And I don't like them pointing at her head either. So I think they have to go like this. Or they could go like this. I mean, we don't have to. Okay, let's do it here. Maybe. And then let's do it like that. All right, so let's glue this down, and I'm gonna kind of scrunch it or gather it when I do it. And then let's do the scissors. Okay, do we need anything else? I don't think so. Wish this, I had caused that to have more dimension. All right, what do you guys think? Do we need to add anything? I like it. I like the neutral colors. I like the vintage look. Nope, I think I'm satisfied with it. I think I'm going to leave it as is. So that's it. I saw it on Pinterest, episode 27. And again, it was January 2014, Anna K. And this is her blog spot, if you want to go check out the original. And like I said, I'll take a photo, screenshot of the original one and post it at the end of the video so you can see what I was seeing to create this by. So that's it. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and hit the little bell and you'll be notified of upcoming videos. And if you are a subscriber, thanks for coming back and thanks for watching my videos and commenting. I appreciate every comment, and I look forward to seeing them and seeing what you think about the different things that I'm making. So thank you so much for your support. And that's going to do it for this video, and we'll see you again on Friday. Bye.